Hello mathematicians, welcome back to another instructional video. I am Miss Armgard. We are going to evaluate groupings for order of operations. So far we have learned about levels 1, 2, and 3. There are different ways to show groupings. Most people think of parentheses because that's pretty obvious. You're grouping numbers and operations together, but it can also be absolute value that we learned earlier in the year, square roots, or they're called radicals, which are just the opposite of your exponent. It can also be a fraction. So the fraction here, 4 plus 5, divided by 3 minus 2, can be rewritten as a set of parentheses where let's look at some more specific examples. So groupings can include a parentheses with an expression or just some number. So what does it mean when you have 2 parentheses 5? 2 5s or 2 groups of 5. And we know that 2 groups of 5, if you go all the way back to when you learned multiplication, that means 2 times 5, so this would be 10. So anytime you see a number outside of a parentheses, if there's no other operation, so if it's just the number and the parentheses, that means multiply. So 2 parentheses 5 is 2 times 5. You have 2 parentheses, brackets, 2 plus 3. Well, that means that you have 2 groups or 2 sets of parentheses of 2 plus 3. So how would we simplify this? Well, we know that 2 parentheses 2 plus 3, we need to do those parentheses first. It's a level 4. So we have 2 and then parentheses 5. We've seen this before. We just saw it. We know that 2 parentheses 5 is the same as 2 times 5 is the same as 10. So we have example 1, we have 30 plus 1 plus 3 squared divided by 2. There's a lot going on. So this is why, folks, I've been saying write your level, because now we have so many things happening. Well, we know addition is a level 1. We know that our parentheses are a level 4. We know our exponent is a level 3, our addition is a level 1, and division is a level 2. So first, we need to figure out what's in our parentheses. So I'm going to carry down my 30 plus, and then 1 plus 3, carry down your parentheses, is 4. And we have our squared divided by 2. Okay, so we've taken care of our parentheses. Now we need to take care of our level 3, our exponent. So we're still carrying down 30 plus. 4 squared is the same as 4 times 4, which is 16, divided by 2. All right, so now we have a level 1 and we have a level 2. So our level 1 and our level 2. If you need to relabel, folks, I find that helpful. So we're going to do 16 divided by 2, and that is 8. Carry down our 30. 30 plus 8 equals 38. Next problem, problem 2, example 2, you are going to do on your own. Now remember, when we see a fraction like this, we can rewrite it as 37 minus 12 divided by 15 minus 10. Solve example 2, type your answer into formative. We're going to move on to example 3, where we have square root of 7 plus 2 parentheses 9. This whole thing, the square root, is our level 4. So we have to deal with everything inside of it first. Our addition is level 1, and our multiplication is level 2, because remember, when we see 2 parentheses, anything else, there's no operation between them, that means multiply. So we are going to carry down 7 plus 2 times 9 is 18. We're going to make the square root bar. And now we're left with a level 1. 7 plus 18 is 25. We're going to add the square root, the opposite of your exponent. So exponent is a number times itself. At 5 to the second, or 5 times 5, equals 25. So that must mean the square root of 25 is 5. So you see how the square root is the opposite. 25 divided by 5 is 5. 5 times 5 is 5 to the second, 5 squared. So 25 divided by 5 is 5. The square root of 25 is 5. 5 times 5 is 25. So 5 squared is 25. So the square and the square root are the opposite. So our last example, example 4, is similar. We still have a square root. However, we have 3 times 2 parentheses 9. So all of this together is a level 4, which means we need to look inside. 3 times 2 is a level 2. We know that 2 parentheses 9 means multiplication. That's another level 2. So I can rewrite this as 3 times 2 times 9, all under our square root. And now we just go from left to right because everything's a level 2. So 3 times 2 is 6. And 6 times 9 is 54. So we can write this as the square root of 54. Now, I am not always going to require you to figure out the number because the square root of 54 is not a whole number. Now, if you do know it on your calculator, if you figure out how to find the square root, come and tell me. I have a reward for you. Please make sure that as we end our video, you are finishing with your vocabulary and examples. We have groupings and simplify today. And as usual, good luck and happy solving.